Hi everyone, thank you for joining the webinar this morning. It's going to be a short introduction to StorMagic itself, StorMagic SvHCI, and our new product, StorMagic SvHCI, which is our new hypervisor, which makes us a full stack provider. Talking on the call today, we've got Craig Collier, who's our head of pre-sales, very senior engineer, so we're in safe hands there, and Rumen, who's our technical director and product manager. So a great bunch of people. Craig, do you want to share the screen as we go? Craig's actually put some questions that we've put together, as Asta mentioned, throughout the slide deck. So there's 3 questions in total. As they come, they will pop up on the screen, and as they mentioned, if you put the answer in the Q&A section with your full name, we will be able to find out who's answered first and present you with the prize at the end of the quiz, which is pretty good. It's a €50 voucher for each question. So yeah, good luck, and over to you, Craig.
Thank you, Neil, and good morning, everyone. Yeah, as Neil said, just put the answers in the chat window. Now the questions are very easy, so if everyone doesn't get them right, I'm going to be very upset. So it's first with the right answer gets the prize. All right. Okay, so who are we? We are StorMagic, and welcome, and thanks for taking the time to join us today. We've been in the market for 15+ years with our existing software-defined storage product, SvHCI. We've always been focused on edge environments, on smaller deployments. We've done a previous webinar with you guys before, where we've talked about SvHCI and where it sits in the market. Today we're here to talk about our new hypervisor, our new product. But a lot of the messaging is the same, and there's a good reason for this, because the customers we're aiming for with SvHCI are the same customers that we've always had with SvHCI. So we're not breaking new ground here, really. We're just adding more value and providing new products to our existing customers, and to hopefully entice new customers in that will come and join the StorMagic family. So IT starts at the edge. This has always been our message, and it's always been our target market. And what I mean by this is that we're not a big data center product. We're not a home use product. We are definitely an edge SMB product. That means that we're the kind of solution that fits when other solutions are often too big, or other solutions are often too expensive. Here I'm thinking about Nutanix, I'm thinking about vSAN. With the changes from Broadcom, generally just speaking, I'm talking about VMware in whole. All of these products at the edge are becoming too expensive, and so StorMagic is here. StorMagic's got your back. Our aim and our focus has always been on the edge, on those smaller deployments, on our customers that are looking after smaller amounts of data at the edge rather than the big data center. So all of those customers, they all share the same challenges. We're looking to reduce unplanned downtime. That is, we're providing a highly available platform. We're trying to save money. A lot of these customers, even coming from a non-virtualized environment, the barrier to entry for hyper-converged infrastructure is huge, and StorMagic aims to reduce this. We're putting into environments where there often isn't IT staff on site. This is the solution that's designed to be easily supportable remotely. It's designed to fit into any kind of environment. Again, this is simple, straightforward, doesn't require a lot of tinkering and support every single day. And this is now easy to deploy centrally, easy to manage centrally. These are the StorMagic messages we've always had, and we're going to continue to have. And so our customers around the world, they all share those same problems, right? We have big and small customers. We have customers that come from the enterprise. But one thing that you'll find is that where StorMagic is working for them is in their edge locations. It's not necessarily in their big data center. For example, in Europe, in Italy, for example, we have a supermarket chain. Now, we're not in their big data center, but we are in every single one of their supermarkets. The same in the US with our retail partners, Home Depot, O'Reilly. Home Depot use Nutanix in their data center, but they use StorMagic in every single one of their retail stores. That's 3,500 stores across US and Canada. And the same across the board here, whether they're smaller companies that just have a small amount of data, like some of our university and education partners, or whether they're large manufacturing, utility, energy companies that have hundreds of thousands of locations in very crazy remote places, StorMagic is the highly available storage platform that they've chosen. So our products up till now, SvSAN, this is our two-node software-defined storage that works on any hypervisor. We have SvKMS, which is our software key management solution for storing keys for encryption and managing encryption workloads across your infrastructure. And then all of this is managed with Edge Control, which is our cloud-based SvSAN management platform for managing all of these remote sites. And this has been our story up until now, until today, when we're now releasing StorMagic SvHCI. So this is our answer to what the market has been telling us over the last few years. This is not a brand new product. This is something we've been working on for a long, long time. It's built on SvSAN. It's dependable. It's reliable. And just like SvSAN, it is very, very cost effective. So our aim here is to reduce costs for our customers, not increase them. It's designed to be for the edge, right? This solution is designed to be that scale down solution rather than the scale up solution that's reliable, solid, built on SvSAN, and ready for the real world. So over to Neil.
Thanks, Craig. So yeah, first question up. Where is StorMagic SvHCI focused? We've got SMB and edge locations, data center, and home use. We've got an answer already. Thank you, Lemonas. We will arrange for your gift after the call. Very quick. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. This is what we like to see. Yeah, nice and
people
quick.
Are paying attention.
Well, I've said the word edge about 50 times, so if you didn't get this one right, then yeah, we're in trouble. Okay, so SvHCI. This is our new hypervisor. It's built on KVM QEMU, so this is built on open source technology, but very custom. We're using various open source modules that we put together in under our own IP to produce our own hyper-converged infrastructure, and that is SvSAN. Right, it's built on SvSAN. The storage underneath is the same SvSAN that we've been using for all of this time, except now we've integrated the management, the hypervisor, and the virtual networking all into that same full stack, and we're calling it SvHCI. This is now our two-node solution, right? It's a full stack HCI solution with an RF2. That means 2 copies of data. It uses the same remote witness that StorMagic SvSAN has always used. That means any customers that already have SvSAN and already have a centralized witness can use that same witness for their SvHCI clusters. We're aiming this to be an almost direct upgrade for almost every SvSAN installation out there. So anyone who's running SvSAN on VMware or on Hyper-V right now, this should be an upgrade path for them going forward. We offer all the same features that SvSAN had before. So we're still offering data at rest encryption using our SvKMS or another third-party key management solution. We also offer the SSD and memory caching that we've always offered with SvSAN as well. So SvSAN is there in its full entirety with now our own hypervisor included. Now this is designed to run on any server. So the same message we've had before. We support Intel and AMD processors from all of the big manufacturers. So we've got servers from HPE, from Dell, from Cisco, from Lenovo, from Supermicro, all of which are on our hardware compatibility list. Now I can show a little bit more about that in a while, but this HCL is essentially our list of supported hardware. Now SvHCI, as I keep saying, it comes with SvSAN, starts at 2 terabytes for our smallest license size. So we offer this in the same levels we do with SvSAN. So 2 terabytes, 6 terabytes, 12 terabytes, 24, 48, and then unlimited. So again, we're aiming this at the same customers we had before, starting at 2 terabytes, which means that we are nearly the smallest HCI cluster out there, the most cost effective at this level compared to all of the competition. Go on, Neil.
Okay, so at what tier does StorMagic license start? So we've got 2 terabytes, 6 terabytes. See, okay, Ilmar, I think he's got it. He's got it first. Yeah. Everyone's paying attention. I like that. Very quick.
Well, it's 50 euros on the line here, right? This is worth it.
I know.
Okay, StorMagic SvHCI. We're releasing this in two variants. So unlike with our SvSAN product, which was always clustered storage on a clustered hypervisor, you can now buy SvHCI as a single node hypervisor as well with unlimited storage. So we're offering this as a single hypervisor for for those smaller deployments where HA is not a requirement, but also offering that two node solution for our larger customers, which is the meat and bones of this product. That offers full high availability, live migration of VMs. Right, so there's two deployment options here: single node or two node. Now, unfortunately, these are the two options, right? As of version 1.0 right now, 1.2, sorry, right now, we are limiting this to two nodes, and this is for a very good reason. This is because all of our existing customers, this is our focus. Right, this will scale to more eventually. Right, this will be a much more flexible product. But on day one, this is aimed directly at our existing customers, directly at the market that's crying out for this. Right, these are smaller deployments with a handful of VMs on two nodes, and that's where SvHCI is really going to shine. So maximum cluster size with SvHCI is 2. It's going to be sold as 1 or 2 nodes. And of course, if we are running a 2-node, that means that we need to run our shared witness. Now, this is the same witness that we've always had with SvSAN. That you can use an existing witness. You don't even need to update the existing witness for this to work, right? That's how compatible this is. This witness has been out there for 10 plus years, right, around the world, protecting our customers' data for all of that time. It's remote and shared. Now, what that means is that you only need one witness for your entire infrastructure. Every 2-node cluster will just connect into that witness for their quorum. You don't need to be buying dedicated hardware for the witness for each location. That's one central witness for your entire infrastructure. Now, one big thing here with SvHCI, and one thing that sets us apart from everything else, is that this is a very simple architecture, right? It's designed to be simple. It's designed to be straightforward. Now, unlike software-defined storage with a third-party hypervisor, be that VMware or Hyper-V, now that we control the full stack, that means that there's one brain controlling everything. Hypervisor, the storage, the networking are all controlled by us, by SvHCI, meaning that failover is now quicker than ever before. So hardware failures in an SvHCI stack, now 20 seconds for a VM failover to kick in. And that's compared to around 2 minutes with a VMware solution and can be sometimes up to 4 minutes with Hyper-V. So this is something we're very, very proud of and something that's very unique to StorMagic SvHCI. We're not using a shared file system. We're mirroring our virtual machines directly down to block, and that efficiency allows very, very quick failover.
Last question.
Sorry, final question.
No pressure to everyone. How many servers does a StorMagic cluster support? Yeah, well, you've already got 50 euros in the bag, so you can't answer a question more than once. Someone else willing to give it a go for 50 euros? There you go, Vilma's got it. Congratulations.
Excellent. Out of interest, did anyone answer 3 or 4?
No.
Or is everyone's getting it right? It's just a case of taking some time. Okay, that's good. That's good. I will just quickly talk about this because it is a question that comes up quite a lot. Can you scale this to 5 servers? Can you scale it to 7 servers? Can you put this in a big data center with 400 terabytes? Can we replace vSAN in our enterprise data center? The answer to those questions eventually will be yes, but today the aim is that StorMagic is designed for the edge. So our first tranche of customers, our first batch of this and that's why we're limiting this to 2 nodes, because we want to make sure that we get that bit absolutely correct. We want to fulfill the needs of our most loyal customers, the ones that have been with us since the beginning, that have been asking for this for a long time, and here we are. So 2 node limits for now, but that won't stay forever. And my colleague Rumen, our product manager, will be on to briefly talk about some of these issues in a little while. So StorMagic, again, designed for the low end, right? It's designed to be at the lowest barrier to entry compared to everything else. Now, that's not to say that this is a slow product that's that is at the low end. It's just that we start at the bottom and work up rather than the top to work down. What this means is that this is a solution that makes financial sense to be scaled down to some of these environments where StorMagic SvSAN is already installed. Whereas some of the bigger solutions like vSAN, Nutanix, the hardware requirements for those are much higher. The barrier of entry is much higher. That means that overall, the same solution is going to cost more with these other solutions than it will with StorMagic, because we don't need any wastage. You know, we can buy exactly the server you need without any overhead, the unnecessary overhead that you do need to pay for. So starting with just 2 GB of RAM and a dual core CPU, right? Now you're not going to run very many virtual machines with this, but StorMagic SvHCI will work on those smaller systems. If you only have a VM with a gig of RAM that you need to protect, then we can do this with SvHCI. There's no one else out there that can do this. Starting with just 32 gigs of persistent storage to get things up and running and a single 1 gig connection, right? Literally, there's nothing out there that requires less than this. So we have an HCL, and I'm going to briefly now switch over to my browser to come and talk about this. So this is our official hardware compatibility list from our online documentation, and we can share the link to this directly. This also comes as part of the release notes and the documentation when you download our product. So all this information is given to all of our customers. Now this hardware compatibility list represents all of the servers that we are now verified to run on. So these are the servers that you can buy today and then buy StorMagic SvHCI and run in a supported fashion, right, from our enterprise support team. We have servers from all the big manufacturers, from Dell, HP, Lenovo, and more specifically, if I scroll down a bit, it's the actual components inside that make more of a difference. So the actual NIC cards, the RAID controllers, the storage HBAs, right? These are the components that actually make a difference. And so as you can see, there's a fairly extensive list here from all of the big manufacturers. This list is being added to all the time. Now, I will say, if ever an opportunity comes our way with a customer with hardware that's not on this list, and that's not a huge problem. This is something that we can remedy very quickly. So get in touch with us. You know, we can resolve this. We can have that hardware verified. It's not a long process. We just need access to the hardware to be able to run some tests and essentially verify that things will work. So this list is growing all the time. So we support servers from all the big manufacturers, as I said, and we support all the different storage types. So that means all the storage that you can buy with those different servers. I'm talking hard drives, SAS drives, SSDs, NVMEs, PCI Express connected drives, M.2 connected drives. Anything direct attached to the system will work. Right now, today, we don't support externally connected storage like iSCSI and Fiber Channel. Anything that can be directly attached or direct path to the system, we can support, nothing external. So again, this is just day one stuff. We're aiming this at our SMB and our edge customers where they're using DL360s with 8 terabytes of storage, right? That's what this is aimed for, you know, for those kind of customers. But within that subset, they can choose whatever storage they like. That means that if they want to save money, we can spend less and have a less performance system. Or if they want lots of performance, they can spend more and buy faster storage, right? StorMagic is that flexible, and we can mix and match this stuff to make sure that we architect this specific for each customer. Now, all of this is supported by our enterprise support team I mentioned already. This is 24/7 support available around the world. We have engineers in Europe and in the US covering that full 24/7 time zone around the world, you know, to help customers out with deployment questions, licensing, just configuration checking, as well as errors. And then, of course, you know, in the rare occasion where something goes wrong, these guys are there for you in the middle of the night, whenever you need. We have a 1-hour response time, 24/7 for anyone around the world with SvHCI. And so, yes, StorMagic here, SvHCI is aiming to be something different, right? We are here to be a lower cost alternative to vSAN, a lower cost alternative to other HCI platforms. High availability with just 2 servers, based on our existing SvSAN and it's the most cost-effective HCI solution out there. Now, I just would like to, at this point, introduce my colleague, Rumen Colov, who's our product manager, who's going to very briefly just talk about some of the features that are coming down the road and what SvHCI is going to look like as time goes forward. So welcome, Rumen.
Fantastic. Thank you, Craig. And, as Craig basically covered and mentioned, a quick overview of the past 20 or so slides. StorMagic SvHCI is an integrated full stack hyper-converged infrastructure product built on our StorMagic SvSAN storage. I would say that actually that it's a complete virtualization platform for x86 based physical servers. Deployment is done bare metal. And apart from compute virtualization, just like Craig mentioned, we do include storage virtualization and network virtualization delivered in one package in one box. Okay, all supported by StorMagic. Now, in a couple of minutes, Craig will also cover a software demo. I think, Craig, you show a 2-node high availability cluster. But we also run in a single node, so you can, customers with a micro data center can basically virtualize a single node and run their virtual machines and applications on that with StorMagic SvHCI. And I think I'll mention again that our solution is specifically tailored and oriented to basically address the IT infrastructure needs of edge, retail office, branch office customers, and SMB data center users. So what have we done so far? Well, SvHCI 1.20 is now generally available as of August 14th. So the product is out there. It's available for distribution. It is available for purchasing. The SKUs are available and out there. And the subscription durations come in 1, 3, and 5 years. Okay. We also have a free trial available, so anybody on the call that wants to actually test and try the actual product, feel free to get in touch, and we'll be able to organize a free trial for you guys to test the product. Now, in the brief time that this has been on the market and based on our beta program, we've received excellent feedback and basically excellent feedback from our target customers so far.
Rumen, you've muted yourself.
I think we all got muted then. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Awesome. So what I'm about to, so were you able to hear me up to now?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
all right. So what I'm about to say, just want to, we get questions about, our plans and what our roadmap looks like. Due to confidentiality constraints, I would not be able to showcase the actual specifics on the product plans and roadmap. However, what I can definitely say that StorMagic as a technology vendor, as an independent software vendor that basically, deliver software for end users, we continue to invest with confidence in the new SvHCI product line. Okay, we have a very clear multi-year product roadmap in developing the intellectual property for SvHCI, and we remain fully committed and serious in delivering innovation for our users. Now, in specifics, now that we have SvHCI 1.20 out the door and available we're currently working on the next follow-on product release. Right? We anticipate it's going to be out fairly soon, within the next month or so, and it will include several key enhancements, such as increase in the virtual hardware scale, ability to change the MAC address for a VM, support for new virtual storage adapters and virtual NICs. We're looking at expanding the boot options for virtual machines to include UEFI, support for Intel VROC embedded RAID controller, etc. Now, all of these things are subject to change. So, again, just giving you a high-level overview of what are some of the exciting new enhancements that are going to be part of the next release. Now, in the immediate horizon or short-term time frame, we have several key, I would say, valuable and big-ticket items planned. We expect to deliver those across various product releases in the next 12 months. But customers have, requested, and we're looking to deliver virtual machine level snapshots, VM migration functionality from VMware vSphere environments to the SvHCI world, support for 4K native storage devices, and a bunch of other enhancements such as integration with our edge control, support for metro distance stretch clusters, increase in product scale, etc. So there is a number of key, big ticket items that are extremely valuable that we want to deliver across this product. So stay tuned, and we expect to drastically enhance the value proposition for SvHCI in the next 12 months. So that's it from my side. So Craig, I would say over to you for the product demo.
Thank you very much, Rumen. Okay, all right, let's briefly jump over here. Okay, so what we have here, I have node number 1 and node number 2. And what we have here is basically a small demo system running SvHCI. So I will say this is a demo system. It's not representative of real capacities, but it's the interface. And it's a small system with just 2 VMs that I'm here to show you how things work. Okay. So anyone who's familiar with SvSAN will recognize this interface because we've built SvHCI on top of SvSAN, right? So it's built using the same fundamental building blocks, which means that our GUI did not need a redesign. Our GUI has just been enhanced with the additional functions and features needed for a hypervisor. All the basic information's here when you log in, your license key, what that entitles you to. Licensing is done, as we talked about before, by capacity and for virtualization. So there's 2 kind of components to this, right? You will buy an SvHCI subscription for the hypervisor, and then there'll be a capacity license for the storage component of it. But that's it, right? There's 2 licenses to go with each system. The license capacity, in this case 2 terabytes, that dictates the maximum amount of storage that I can share with my system. That's the maximum amount of storage my virtual machines can consume, I should say. So let's head over to pools here. Pools represent storage. So here's my 2 terabyte license limit. And so all of the storage in my system needs to add up to less than my license amount, right? If I had more than my license amount, I would only be able to provision the license amount. So we have our license capacity from SvSAN, and then our storage is taken from this. So in this case, again, this is a demo system to keep things nice and simple. I have a 200 gigabyte shared pool here that I can use from, of which that I have 120 gigs free. So that's just to show me how much storage I have and how much I've used, how much I have left, I should say. Now, if I go to virtual machines, and here's where we start to see this in action. As I said, this is just a basic system with 2 VMs. I have a Linux VM and a Windows VM. One is running on node number 1, one is running on node number 2. Nice and simple. Right, so this is the management interface that you would see. If I want to manage this VM, I can click on VNC. It will take me to a VNC console for this VM, so I can directly log on and access it. I can also migrate this VM, and let's go ahead and do this right now. So I'm going to live migrate my VM from node number 1 to node number 2. This will take a minute whilst that's going ahead. So I have this basic functionality, managing my VMs, accessing them, migrating them. Under the hood, if I click into my VM, we can see a bit more information. So when we create our VMs, we can define the virtual hardware, just as you'd expect with a hypervisor. I can define BIOS or UEFI, number of CPU sockets, number of CPU cores, the amount of RAM, and of course, this is all standard virtual machine fare. We can add virtual NICs. Those NICs can be added to multiple different port groups. I can add virtual CD-ROM drives with my installation media, and of course, my virtual machine hard disk. Now, one big difference here that we've talked about with SvHCI compared to almost any other hypervisor is the way we're doing the storage. So StorMagic doesn't provide a big shared data store. It's providing pools of data that can be used. And then when we protect our virtual machines, we carve out a mirrored copy of that VM on both sides. So this virtual machine, it's a Linux Ubuntu VM. It lives on the cluster. Right, it's being managed right now by node number 2, but the hard disk is mirrored on both node number 1 and node number 2 using our SvSAN. And this is the big difference here. When I create VMs, when I create virtual machines, we have there's multiple options, and as Rumen has just talked about, there's new features being added to this part of it all the time. Excuse me. For example, if I add a NIC card, I can choose the port group. In our newer version, we can also choose the virtual hardware being used here, VMXnet3, E1000, and so on. So creating, importing, updating VMs, these are all fluid parts of this that we're working on all the time. If I want to import my VMs from a VMware environment, I do a simple conversion, and then I upload the disk image into here and create my virtual machine around it. Again, it's a fairly, it seems complicated, but we're making this as streamlined as possible. And of course, all of our first customers will be getting lots of help from us. We essentially offer full 24/7 support with this, right? So we're not expecting customers to download this and just go off and work it all out for themselves. Our product documentation is awesome. It's complete. There's a full installation guide, full administrator's guide. There's an evaluation guide, how to test this, how to break it, how to fix it. All of those different things are already up and running in our documentation portal online. Other components here, of course, we're now a hypervisor, so we have a full virtual networking suite in here. My network devices represent the physical NICs in my system. We then create interfaces on those physical NICs. These are like the VM kernel ports in a VMware system. We then create virtual switches. All right, everyone should be familiar with a virtual switch. We attach our interfaces to the virtual switch, and then we can create virtual machine port groups on those virtual switches for our virtual machines to use. Very, very simple, but extremely powerful. And this, again, full featured. We fully support VLANs. We fully support jumbo frames. There's all the features that we've had with SvSAN are fully supported and integrated here with SvHCI as well. Like I keep saying, this is not a brand new product. This is something that's been worked on for a long time. It's just the correct time for us to come out with this right now. So back to my virtual machines. As you can see, that migration completed. It took just a minute or two to complete. And this is all going over standard 10 gigabit connections. So you can see kind of what the performance of this system will be like. I now have both of my VMs running on node number 2, meaning that if I wanted to, I could shut node number one down out of maintenance, because I've essentially evacuated this host ready for that maintenance. Super simple. If I wanted to do this, I'd head over to system, go to system power, shut down, right? And this can happen cleanly. Right, the VMs will continue to run over on node number 2 over here, right? Because this is a standard, highly available platform, right? It's designed to work like this. It's designed to be resilient. It's designed to keep going as long as it possibly can. The final couple of components to look at over here, if I head over to the storage page, we can see now a little bit more behind the scenes, right? So in a standard hypervisor, you would have your pool. In this case, this is our 200 gigabyte disk here, and that will be presented as a big shared file system that you can put everything in. But that's not how we do this with SvHCI. We have our 200 gig pool, and we have 2 virtual machine disks that have been taken from it, 40 gigs each, and so we have 120 gigs left. It's that simple, right? StorMagic will take 40 gigs from the pool on number 1, 40 gigs from the pool on number 2, synchronize them together, protect with our witness, and then that becomes the virtual machine disk for my virtual machine. Super simple. Now, because these disks are mirrored individually and directly down to block, that makes this super efficient. That, again, plays into the story I was talking about before, where should there be a hardware failure on this system or any kind of event that causes a HA to kick in, it happens within 20 seconds. Super, super quick. Now, of course, the eagle eye amongst you might have noticed that I'm also using encryption on this system. So again, our encryption is fully supported here. I can encrypt an individual disk, as I'm doing here. I could, for example, as you can see, my Linux disk is encrypted. My Windows disk isn't. If I wanted to encrypt my Windows VM, I simply go into that disk and I can click the encrypt button. If I want to unencrypt this button, I click the decrypt button. This can happen online, right? So this is something that's just built into the product. If you need encryption, it's fully supported here and it works seamlessly with external key management server support. Now, underneath all of this, as I keep saying, SvHCI, we're using what we call our discovery service. Right, this is something that StorMagic SvHCI has had for many, many, many years. This is our own discovery protocol, right? So all StorMagic devices talk to each other over what we call our discovery service, and this is how we create our cluster. So my cluster is defined of my 2 hosts and my remote witness, and that means that once this cluster has been created, when I create a VM on that cluster, it's defined by this cluster as to which hosts need to look after that VM, which host can run this VM. As we said before, this is limited to 2 nodes right now, but this is something that will change in the future. You know, we look forward to being able to expand this to 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes. But right now, today, this is a 2-node limit for the size of the cluster. 2 nodes with the remote witness. So yeah, I mean, full featured, as you can see. There's more coming all the time. Our hardware compatibility list is growing every day as more components, more servers, more network cards, more RAID controllers all get added to the system, and support added for the system, I should say. And yeah, this is available today. If anybody's interested, this can be downloaded. Let's get the right slide here. We have a full featured free trial available from our website, stormagic.com/trial. This will give you a pair of keys that you can install in a demo system, be it a nested environment or on real hardware. You know, again, we're here to help. These evaluations are fully supported. So if you wanted to have a go at this and you know nothing about virtualization, that's no problem. Download it, give it a try, test our support team, right? Send an email to support@stormagic.com and ask a question and they will answer it for you. That's what we're here for. And that's what we've always been here for. Our support team, you know, continuously get the best praise in the market. We don't have first-line people on our help desk. We only have trained, experienced engineers that understand how these products work and understand how to help customers get through their problems. We also, for technical commercial channel partners, offer NFR keys. So if you wanted to have a copy of this running in your lab for customers to look at, or to do any internal testing, again, get in touch with us. We can help with this, get this set up, get you installed and ready to go. And of course, all of this is within our partner portal. So anyone who wants to know more about this, wants to gain access to our sizing guides. We've got various case studies, what we call heroes, which is our existing customers that have allowed us to use their information to showcase how they use our products out in the wild. All of that information, all of these resources are available within our partner portal. So we highly encourage you to go and sign up over there. There's some cool videos in there. There's some basic training on SvHCI and a small certification to get through, just to essentially just proves that you've been listening to what we've been saying. It's not very difficult at all, but it's very, very powerful. Lots and lots of good information in there for partners and customers alike. So yeah, hopefully this has been useful for everyone to understand who we are as StorMagic. Hopefully, see we're very approachable. If anyone has any questions or wants to talk to us about this in detail afterwards, please get in touch with myself, with Neil, with Rumen. We're more than happy to have those conversations. Have another call, do a deeper dive demo with a specific customer, or just for a more general overview. If you guys wanted to learn a bit more or get your hands on the product, please get in touch with us. We're very, very keen to hear everyone's feedback. And obviously, yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys download this and install it in your customer environments. So thank you, everyone. And I think I've left just enough time for perhaps a few questions if there are any that have come through.
Thank you, Craig. We've had a few questions along the way. I've been sort of answering them as we go. I don't know if you want to take a few minutes now. If anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A. If not, then we will wrap up here. Do you want to answer that one, Craig? Witness is another virtual machine.
Yeah, good question. Okay, so the Witness, just like with SvSAN, our Witness has multiple options for our Witness. Let's find the right slide here. There we go. So the Witness can be a VM. It can also be our plugin VM. So anyone who's running in a mixed environment with VMware, you can use our plugin from VMware as the Witness. You can install the Witness on a Raspberry Pi. You can install the Witness in a Windows environment. You can install the Witness on a Linux environment. You can even install the Witness on some Cisco and HP switches. It's that small. So really, no dedicated hardware required for the Witness. There's nearly always somewhere you already have where the Witness will work. Some good examples are, for example, a backup server. If you have a Windows Veeam server, for example, that's running Windows, this is a great place to put the Witness. Or on some management workstation. Again, very, very flexible here. The Witness is free, meaning that if you need 10 witnesses, that's fine. If you can do it with one, that's also fine, right? It really depends on the architecture of the customer. For most people, single witness every site is the best way of approaching it. But there are some air-gapped sites, some customers that don't have internet connection where they want a witness on every single site. Again, this is where things like Raspberry Pis come into their own because they're very, very cost effective and very, very reliable for what they are. So yeah, lots of options.
Thanks, Craig. Another question, is there one platform to manage multiple clusters?
Right now, not yet, no. So that will be our Edge Control product. Now this is coming down the road. Right now, Edge Control is basically cloud management for SvSAN. It's kind of a centralized monitoring platform for making basic changes and monitoring, a huge fleet of SvSAN. This will become our version, for want of a better explanation, this will become our vCenter, if you like, but it's not going to be called vCenter because we're not VMware. It's going to be our Edge Control. Now this, at the moment, is our cloud-based management. This will be expanded to become the management platform for SvHCI in a centralized way as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Craig, if I may add,
yes, please. Yeah.
There are, specific plans, in making Edge Control and expanding Edge Control to become our de facto management plane for SvHCI. Okay, so that customers are able to, from a centralized single location, web-based, to access and manage multiple SvHCI clusters. So yes, this is going to be modified. It is on the roadmap, and yeah, stay tuned.
Brilliant. Final question. Do you have a disaster recovery between sites?
Between sites, this would require, some third-party software, something like Convo or some other DR solution. So yes. Now this is something that will improve definitely and soon as well. When our snapshot technology comes in, this will drastically change, the way we approach these. But right now, we work with all the major backup products via agents, so you can install agents within your VMs. And moving forward, there'll be a better integration with snapshots and various other technologies that allow for this. So yes, yeah, watch this space. This is a very exciting part of this.
Can virtual machines be deployed by some PowerShell scripts?
Eventually, yes. Right now, whoever's asked this question is probably familiar with the fact that we do have a full PowerShell suite for SvSAN, existing PowerShell suite for SvSAN, where you can basically manipulate everything with SvSAN via PowerShell. That will eventually also roll out to SvHCI, but not yet. Right now, a lot of those wrappings, the Python wrappings, the PowerShell wrappings, these are internal only for now. But eventually, there will be command line support as well.
Okay. There's also another question. I'm sort of answering it, but I guess we could do it here. Is that do we have any sort of trial site that someone can access themselves?
Well, anyone can apply for a free trial. Assuming that they have a real use case to test it out, then there's no reason why we wouldn't approve that. So yeah, let's get it back on the screen up here. Head over to stormagic.com/trial. Click on the link, and you can download a copy to install. Now, we don't offer demo versions pre-installed for customers to play with. That's not something we do. But if you wanted to download and install it in a virtual machine on your laptop, for example, just to test it, that's something we can help you to do. So sort of half yes. Anyone specifically looking to do this, get in touch with us. And we can talk to you about how we can do this and how we can help you.
Yeah, and that's the real benefit to StorMagic, as well as you don't need a huge, powerful computer to run this. You don't need a massive DL380 or something huge to test this. You can test it on your laptop if you just wanted to have a poke around. Exactly that.
And we encourage this. Get it installed, have a look at it, see how it feels. Give us some feedback on what you'd like to see and like to be changed. The industry feedback is, I'd say, at least half of all of our overall direction has been been very, very positive and lining up and helping us to make sure that we do deliver this for the right people. So we do invite that feedback. Any feedback, positive, negative, just your thoughts. Please do pass them over. We're very keen to hear it.
Yeah. Great. Okay. I think that's all of the questions, all the ones we've answered that have come through. So yeah, thank you. Asta, shall I hand back to you?
Okay, so thank you, Neil, Rumen, and Craig, for a very interesting presentation. Let me check once again for questions. No, we do not have any more questions, so we can conclude. We hope this webinar was very helpful. As usually, we invite you to contact us and to get to know more. Thank you to all participants who joined us today, and see you next time.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.